Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Welcome to the live. This is Seth from Synchronicity, and the Tuesday Tea is an opportunity for you to hear my dogs bark and play because they get the Zooms around 8 o'clock for some reason. For us to check in about what's going on at the shop and give you all an opportunity to ask any questions you have of me, things you've picked up from the shop, things you're curious about at the shop, things that may or may not make sense that uh, you're like, I think I want to do this, but I don't know how, or I want to, or whatever. So if you're here or if you're watching this on the replay, take a moment, draw me a comment, let me know who you are and that you're here so that I know who you are, because it'll tell me there's people here, but I don't actually get to see you like other platforms. So let me know that you're around. Hey, Christine. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Kasha is amazing. She's like right on time, 8 o'clock. She's got to play. I don't know what it is, but she is just like food, right? Food is at certain times. Playtime, 8 o'clock. She's always been that way. It's kind of fascinating. So yeah, that's the thing is you get chances to ask questions. Also, I was saying, if I don't know who you are, if I can see you're here, but I don't know who you are, drop your name in the chat. And if you're watching on the replay, drop me a message on the replay, say hi, let me know what's interesting to you, or you can even continue to ask questions there so that I can connect with you through the chat. Now, we're gonna start with our poll. I'm using a different deck just to break the pattern. We're gonna see if we can step out of that Four of Swords. If it shows up here, it's just going to be one of those things that we just have to accept that the story's here, the energy here, the synchronicities are here. It's something to pay attention to. We'll also take a quick look at the human design, energy, where things are headed. There we go. That's the right card. Okay, so it's not the same one. So there is at least that. This is the Marielle Tarot, if you haven't seen it before. And our card for today in the energy of the stream is the Emperor. So we're taking charge of this moment. It's got daddy issues. It's, in Jungian theory and tarot, this is representative of the father figure. We've also got someone who has some wisdom behind him and also hopefully is learning from those who came before. And in this type of image, certainly learning from those who came before. Plus, we've got some direction, focus, and there is an emotional maturity that shows up in this Emperor, where others may be fully driven by their Aries nature. This one actually has some depth to him, and it's kind of cool to see that there can be more to the Emperor than just a driving forward force. All right, so that's our energy for the stream and time coming up. What else we got? Our human design is a 2. We're at a 2 day. So 2s are like think drive me forward. Think like building relationships, shaking hands, kissing babies, little politician-ish, but more like we're going to stay connected to the people who are important to us, because this is the opportunity to see who is available to support us and what we're going through, how we might support or help other people, and what's that reciprocal relationship like. So that's that 2 energy. When we get to the 4, we're really building some politician energy. But 2 is let's connect and build those relationships. Then on the other side of that, sometimes you just need to pull back and take some time for yourself. 2 energy can also ask you to just kind of go home for a minute and be home, and it's okay to do that. All right. So if you, I hope that is helpful. And if you have questions, things that are funky, like, I don't know what this is, how does that work? What do you mean you have tarot classes? Uh, or how does tarot work? What is human design? Uh, what did you do to this shop? Is the sale over? Yes, it is. Thanks for being a part of the semi-annual clearance sale. Today, it ended on Sunday, but we've got something new happening. If you're an incense lover, the incense that I'm discontinuing is available now for, you can get 20 boxes of incense for $5 if you spend $25. So if you like got a cart full of $25, that incense, okay, you get 20 boxes for $5. Somebody took advantage of it today, and their cart went from, like, I don't know, it was 120 something to 60, because it dropped. So if you're just joining, welcome. Please say hi. Drop something in the chat so I know who you are. And if you can hear my dogs in the background. If your handle isn't the same as your name, please. And I know who you are. I know who you are, so we can say hi. Also, if you're watching this on the replay, or even right now, thanks for hitting that like button. It helps out. And share this with other people you think might find interesting. So we did a card, we did some human design, and I was telling you about that incense deal that's going on now that the clearance sale is over. I'm also working on, hey Ona, how are you? What's going on? Let me know if you got any questions or things about the shop you're curious about. I'm happy to share. We also, and I didn't bring this with me. Do I have a picture of it? Hang on, let me see. I meant to bring this new kit that I built with me, and I don't know. Oh, I don't have a great picture of it. I can kind of show you. I can kind of show you what it looks like. Hang on. I'm going to show you. I built a money kit. You've been doing tarot and learning a lot. Awesome. What have you been learning? How's it been going? I know there's got to be a way for me to share my screen. Oh, here. Share screen. Deny. I don't want you to do a screen recording. Deny. Window. Okay, it's going to make me do something so that I can actually do this. Google Chrome. Oh. Later. I'm not shutting it off. Isn't this crazy, you guys? I'm just trying to share a screen, and it's making things complicated. Meanwhile, the dogs are losing their minds. Okay, I've turned on so that Google can do it, but it's going to make me. Okay, never mind. I can't share my screen, but I made a new money bowl bundle because a bunch of people have been asking me how to make money bowls. So I wish I could show you. Maybe I can bring it up on here, and I'll just show you from my phone because it's not a great picture anyway. But this is what it looks like. It's got a copper bowl with a flower of life on it, and it's actually a pretty big bowl. It doesn't look like it here. Plus, I made some money rice. Excuse me, some money rice It's green rice, and it has peppermint, patchouli, cinquefoil, and I feel like there's one more thing in there that I put in it. So it's rice with herbs that are meant to attract and sustain money. Then there is also included in it some citrine, also known as the merchant stone, some uh, star anise, and some pyrite. And pyrite, so pyrite is also known as fool's gold, but it is used a lot in abundance and money work. And there is also the star anise, because the star anise is for clarity. So when you're working on your money and how you want your money to show up and how you want your money to be sustainable, the star anise is there to help you to understand I'm headed in the right direction, I'm making the right choices. And then there's some lucky coins in there, some Chinese coins. And there is, you can see in here, like at the top here, that's the top of some ancestor money that goes all the way down the thing. So there's some ancestor money in there. Do I have another picture of it? Yeah, so the ancestor money looks like this. And ancestor money is there to be representative of actual money. If you want to add actual money to your money bowl, do it. It's a good idea. There's nothing wrong with it. Like throw pennies in there, throw quarters in there, throw dollar bills in there. The ancestor money is there to represent the money, but also your intention, your desire, what it is that you're looking for. So you can write on the ancestor money where you wouldn't write on your regular bills. You can write how much you're looking to bring in and what time period. Like if you need to be specific, be specific. For some people, you don't manifest with specificity. You just manifest by saying, I need it. And so you just write down, I need more cash or whatever it is, and you put it in your money bowl. Here's what the pyrite looks like. A bunch of pyrite cubes. There is also a bag in there. This is just a green satin bag, so you can keep everything together. And there is also I don't know if you can see it in here. Yeah, it's on the side. There's also here on the side a green candle and a little candle holder. So when you're putting it together, you can go through your own ritual process of making sure that the energy's right, the bowl is put together, and the candle is there so you can inscribe on it if you want, or dress it with herbs and oils. The candle sets the tone and the intention and the energy for the bowl. So you're doing the candle at the same time you're building the bowl. The bag helps you keep everything together in case you want to move it, but it's also there to keep things like this, the star anise, the coins, the pyrite, the citrine, because maybe you don't want to use it all at the same time. Maybe you want to interact with the bowl and change it in and out. The ancestor money, there's 8 bills in the ancestor money, so you can use them. You can change it 8 times essentially, and then you can get more if you need more ancestor money. The ancestor money is also great for writing your intention on, not just the amount of money you want. Some people will also use the ancestor money to burn. So you could also burn that ancestor money. It burns well. Oh, I'm so glad. Cool beans. And I hope the reading stuff is going well too. Yeah, so that's why I thought I had better pictures of it, but that's what it looks like. There's only 2 left right now. There were 3. Someone's already got one, and they're manifesting their money, and so there's only 2 left in the store. But speaking of kits, and by the way, if you have questions, don't forget you can drop them in the chat and I'll respond to them. I'm just telling you a couple other things that are going on in the shop that you may not have heard about or know. I also have two new kits that are focused on people in school. So I showed you the one, what was it, last a couple weeks ago? I showed you the kit for kids going back to school. Well, because teachers are back, I know you're back. It's happening. School all over the places. The kids are starting to show up, so I know you're there. This is the kit called the Resilient Professional. And oh great, Christine, I got some answers for you. Called the Resilient Professional. This is a kit that has a tea in it. Here it is. It's a whoops. Now I'm going to shut my phone off because I bumped the button. Hold please. It has it's backwards. It has a tea in it that is all herbs that I pulled together. It's called a heart mending tea. The point of it is that there's a lot that goes on between you, kids, and parents, and sometimes you just need to take care of yourself and allow yourself to let go of the things that don't matter and remember why you're there, which I know can be really difficult. So there's heart mending tea. There is, hey Martha, uh, let me know if you got any questions about stuff going on in the shop. There's also a smudge spray in there. By the way, I'm talking about this as useful for teachers. It's also good for anyone in a position, in a professional role. There's also a smudge spray there. The smudge spray is essentially something, it's not heavily scented. You spray yourself or other people or spaces, like the teachers can spray the room before kids come in or after they go to recess. You can also use it on yourself, like after you're leaving the building, kind of a thing. Let me get rid of some of this energy so it's just me. So that's there. Plus, there is a tourmaline bracelet in there just to protect your own energy. And for the tea, there's a diffuser. Can I make this move? There's a diffuser here. I believe they're all amethyst crystals. It's on there just so you can like chill and calm. There is also an amethyst necklace in there, something simple and understated. And then there's some crystals in there. I can't remember what it is now. I know it's howlite. Um, Let me see if I can remember what's in there. Goldstone, blue goldstone, and yellow banded agate. So there's tools in there to keep you strong, courageous, and calm at the same time because you need all of it to make it work. Right? So it's a really handy tool. Not gonna lie, my social worker sprayed the whole school today with your spray. Great. Well, good. The energy is clear. Everybody's ready for what's happening. And I'm glad the social worker is taking it seriously. All right. So, ancestor stuff. And now is actually a great time to start thinking about ancestor stuff, especially with the Dia de los, I'm talking too fast, Dia de los Muertos coming up. And All Saints Day. It's just everyone is having a moment kind of at end of October into November where ancestor work gets pretty hot and heavy. It also starts to happen for some in September. So not surprising that the question's coming up. Ancestor work is really easy to do. What I recommend for people is to know as much as you can about, I'm having a moment now. Know as much as you can about your ancestry. So if you're able to know where your family is from, either in the US or if they've immigrated from another country, what is that lineage? Where and within the country that they're from, if you're able to know anything localized, because sometimes it's helpful to know, like for example, sometimes I'll have people come in from Mexico who are working on their ancestry, and they're able to tell me that maybe their ancestors were from the northern or the southern part of Mexico, or somewhere in the central. It's a big country, so the idea is that the topography is different depending on where your family is from, which means that the tools that are natural tools, like herbs, um, oils, those natural things that would have been put together to be either cleansers or protectors or ceremonial, might be different. And so the recommendation might be different. So kind of knowing where they are from, and the tighter you can get on where they're from, can be helpful. But if you know a country or a continent, or you just know where your family's from in the US, we can work with all those things. Then you start working with some of the traditions based on that ancestral information. Like sticking with my Mexican example, might work with some marigolds, might work with some calendula. For some, it's working with siete machos. For others, it's working with copal. And copal has a deep tradition in ancestral and ceremonial work, not just the resin, but also the plant. And I have both. Um, Other people will also use cascarilla, and some will use, why am I forgetting the name of it? Camphor. If you're like me and you grew up, like, for example, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. That is where I know my family to be from, but I also know my great grandparents were primarily Irish, and there was one Eastern European and one Canadian. So the primary bloodline is Irish. So then I can explore what traditions might be associated with uh, the Irish and how they connected ancestrally. If I don't know about the Irish part, and I just know my family is from Oregon, uh, the traditions our family kept was, that was weird. The traditions my family kept was having certain days of the year where we would go to the beach or we would go camping, inclusive of burning a lot of cedar. And it is also not unusual for the first people in the Pacific Northwest to be burning cedar ceremonially. So cedar is really important to me in any kind of sacred space. Why is the TV so freaking loud now? In any kind of sacred space. So that's what I'm showing you is my train of thought for how to step into ancestor work and what you might want to consider. The other thing, and one of the easiest things you can do, is set up an altar. A little sacred space. An altar is simple. It's pictures of people you know from your ancestral line, grandparents, or if you have any older pictures. You're gonna put up some like a glass of water on there, because water helps us communicate with those who are on the other side. And you may notice the water go down quickly. If it doesn't go down quickly, you're not doing it wrong. Just maybe like a harder to get a connection going on. You can work with tarot cards. You can put food and liquor on your altar that the particular ancestors you're trying to connect with would have appreciated or liked. Tobacco is often used in ancestor work, either the water or cologne, which is also at the shop, which is made from the flower. It doesn't smell like a cigarette, or actual tobacco can be used and burnt, because the tobacco plant, this is interesting. I learned this recently. I didn't realize until this year. The tobacco plant uh, is a grounder and a protector, and it connects you to the earth. And if you are looking to do ancestral work, having that grounding and protecting through the energy of tobacco, and the smoke of the tobacco or the cologne of the flower, is a grounding tool to make sure you stay centered here while you're trying to connect with and communicate with those who have passed. I also have, and I'll be bringing these out soon, but if you need one, let me know. Um, I make a candle this time of year that is focused on ancestral work, and the herbs and the oils that go into that candle are all meant to support the connection to and understanding of and asking of support from our ancestors. So that'll be on the shelf soon. I just haven't. I've got other candles I need to make, and that's in the line of the list of things to do. I usually bring it out in around September because that's when people start looking for it. Does that make sense, Christine, or does that bring up other questions for you about the ancestral stuff? Okay, yeah, it can be, there are some broad strokes that we can take, but there's also, if depending on what you know, there might be more specifics for you and what's possible. Um, all right, so as we're getting closer to wrap this up, if anybody else has any questions, let me know because now's the time. If you haven't gotten involved yet with other things going on at the shop, here's the stuff that's coming up. Maggie's got a runes class. It is, I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. I'm looking right now. Uh, and I know, Christine, you'd like to do it, and I know it's off on an off week for you. But Maggie's really excited about this class. She put a ton of stuff into it, and so far, no one signed up for it. Yeah, it's tomorrow at 6:30. So if anybody's interested in runes class, the first of four classes, there's three sets. You go through the three eths, and then there's a comprehensive kind of like how do you bring it together class, all available. So tomorrow's the first one at 6:30. It's $40. Also on Friday, we've got another tarot class. On I feel like there's something else coming up. Sunday is Sunday Starts Sacred, where you can join us every Sunday at 9:30 in the morning, either on Zoom or in person, for a meditation based in human design to help you start your week with the celestial energy all involved in there, so you can have a better set of guidance for what may be coming your way. And if your Jericho rose got moldy, does that mean anything in particular? It doesn't mean anything. It just means you overwatered it. So you need to let it dry out. Just take it out of the water and let it just dry. So like don't water it for over a month, maybe 2 months. Let it dry out. It is a desert plant. It is not meant to be wet all the time. So what I do is, I don't have one up here. Oh, that's right, because Kasha ate it. What I do is so the bowl that you might have it in, right? Let's say you got a bunch of glass, like crystal or glass beads in there. And let's say the beads come all the way up to the top. And there's just enough room for it to just kind of just sit in the top. You just barely want it touching the water. You don't want it to touch really at all, just barely. And then let the water evaporate. Just leave it alone because it'll suck up what it needs. It'll open up, and then it'll curl up again. For example, the one I have at the shop, I only give it water once a week, and it's barely touching. And then by the end of the week, it's almost curled itself back up again. And over the weekend, Sunday, Monday, it gets to dry out, and then I add more water to it on Tuesday. And then I'll actually switch it out so that every month I'll do a new one, so that the one I did have wet gets to dry totally before it goes home with someone else. Uh, the the maintenance for it, besides letting it have at least a day every week where it's dry, is every month or so, let it just leave it alone. Don't do anything to it. Don't water it. Let it be super dry, and then it will thank you. Cool. Then the only other invitation I have for you is, if you haven't found out more about Synchronicity Circle, I invite you to find out more about Synchronicity Circle. It is one of my favorite things to do right now, because it is a way to connect with people, so that they're getting what they need in ways that meet the goals and effort they're putting into their own personal growth. And it usually follows a reading. There's where you can find out more about it. Usually follows a reading, and then after the reading, you're like, okay, now what do I do? All this information, and how can someone like keep me on task? Well, that's what Synchronicity Circles for. There's different tiers that can support you where you are, but it is certainly one of my favorite things to do. And if you sign up for that middle tier of it, it not only gets you a monthly email about how the celestial weather is shaping up for the month and how it might affect you, but you also get to join a monthly call with a bunch of other people who are also doing the same thing. So I highly encourage you to check it out, find out more about it, so that you can do the work that you need to do and not feel like you're out on left field trying to figure it out all on your own. All right. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a great Tuesday. I'll see you in the shop soon. And if anybody else is watching this, don't forget to like. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe so you get the reminders. Because sometimes I'm doing 5 million things and I forget to post it on Instagram, or I forget to send out the text message. And at least if you're, subscribed, you'll get the message that I'm live and you can jump on. So thank you so much. I'll see you all soon, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.